Hey guys, welcome to Tabletop Warband's Battle Reports channel. In this video we are playing Kill Team in a 100 points match that sees Adeptus Mechanicus vs Tau Empire. I'm Simone and I play Mechanicus.
Hi, I'm Andrea and I will play Tau Empire. Before we started, we wanted to let you know that we just opened the channel and it would help us a lot if you could subscribe. And don't forget to activate the bell so you don't miss the next battle reports. Thank you guys!
Today's mission is Recover Intelligence, taken from the Core Rules book. The two armies will have to deploy within these two areas. There are 5 battle objectives and they are arranged in this way. The goal of this mission is to take possession of the objectives. Each player scores 1 victory point for controlling each of the objective markers closest to their deployment zone, 3 victory points if they control the objective marker at the center of the battlefield, and 2 victory points for each other objective marker they control. The player with the most victory points is the winner.
The game will last 4 turns, after which the player with the most points will roll a d6. On a 3+, the game will continue, otherwise the game ends. Same thing for the next round, but this time it will end with a 4+. The game ends automatically at the end of the 6th battle round. Both armies start with 0 command points, gaining 1 base point plus an additional 1 if the leader is alive each start of the turn.
Let's move on to the description of the armies. The Adeptus Mechanicus are on the lookout for old technologies buried under an ancient temple located on planet Nula. Scouts have spotted approaching Tau units. The Adeptus Mechanicus will have to do their best to conquer the temple before the Tau do. The team consists of 5 Skitari Vanguard, including Vanguard Alpha, who is the leader, and is armed with a Arc Pistol and a Power Sword. Among them is a Zealot Specialist, who carries a Plasma Caliber, and a Scout Specialist, who like the others is armed with a Radium Carbine. Moving on, there are 5 Rangers, one of which is armed with a Arc Rifle, while the others have a Galvanic Rifle. Among them, there is the Comms Specialist.
The Tau has spotted the Mechanicus transport landing on planet Nula and had sent a patrol to eliminate the problem, hoping the Mechanicus won't set everything on fire. Again, my team is composed of 6 Pathfinders armed with Pulse Carbine, Marker Light and Photon Grenade, 1 Recon Drone armed with Burst Cannon, 1 Grab Inhibitor Drone and 1 Shield Drone. Then there are 3 Pathfinder Gunners, Comm Specialist and Demolition Specialist armed with Raid Rifle and Photon Grenade, and the last one is a Sniper equipped with Iron Rifle and Photon Grenade. The team leader is a Pathfinder Shasui armed with Pulse Carbine, Pulse Pistol, Marker Light and Photon Grenade.
Now we roll for who has the initiative to determine who will act first in the first round. 2d6, the higher result begins. Oh, double 6, that's a great start!
Did you find your luck again? Of course, double 1.
I guess I got it from you. Having the first turn in this mission is particularly important. The Tau are superior in number and I will have to try to thin their ranks quickly. My plan is to control the 2 objectives near the deployment area and the central one. This should be enough to give me the advantage.
As usual, Simone has the first turn. My part of the field is pretty open, so I'll have to try to keep my units in cover. Like Simone, I aim to control the central objective, or at least compete for it with the drones, while my gunners try to take out some Mechanicus.
The Adeptus Mechanicus have the ability to choose at the start of each round which Cannigal of New Messiah will affect them until the end of the turn. For the first round I chose Shroudpsalm, which gives an additional -1 when an enemy model fires to an obscure Mechanicus. This Cannigal will help me mitigate the Tau firepower. Since the two armies are both ranged, I expect a Western duel style fight. So I have to be careful to move the Mechanicus in cover and at the same time in control of the objectives I had set. To prevent Andrea from eliminating my Mechanicus controlling the objectives, I place 2 each. Having taken the central objective first, it will be up to him to try and challenge it. Fortunately, the disposition of the map's terrains offers me a lot of protection, much more than Andrea's. If he wants to challenge me at the central objective, he will have to expose the Tau to my crossfire. The objective in the center of the battlefield is the key to winning the match. Whoever controls it can dictate the pace of the game. All in all, I would say that I am in a great position. This temple will be mine.
First, I take possession of the objectives near my deployment zone. Then I move the drones toward the center of the map to take control of objective 1. I keep my models within 3 inches of the drones so that I can deflect shots on them instead of wounding my Pathfinders. I rely heavily on my Shield Drone, which with a 4+ invulnerable saving throw has the ability to absorb many hits from the Mechanicus. Considering Simone's Canticle for this turn, I try to put my models in such a way that they can see at least one unobscured Mechanicus so they can hit with their 4+ ballistic skill. Unfortunately, I don't have much armor penetration, so I have to hope Simone doesn't roll 2 high dice. With 3 models within 2 inches of objective 1, I take control of it. I don't think I'll be able to take objectives 2 and 5, so I'll focus on keeping the ones I already control. Away from my temple, intruders. Shooting phase.
Andrea managed to place 3 Tau units in control of objective 1, while I only have 2. which means that to control that marker, I have to eliminate at least 2 of them and be able to let the 2 Mechanicus nearby survive. With a 4+ saving throw and an invulnerability at 6, I should be able to do it. Luckily, my 2 gunners are in a good position to be able to target the Tau in the center of the battlefield. Let's hope for the best. Being the only Mechanicus with the ready, AF ROD-1T3 targets the recon drone next to Objective 1. Being short range and covered, it's 2 shots at 4+. Literally! Strength 4, Toughness 4, wounding with 4. All miss. Andrea doesn't have any model ready, so it's my turn again. The plasma gun called BL4CKY is the most likely weapon to knock out the recon with a single shot, so I do 2 overcharged shots on the drone at 3+ thanks to the +1 provided by the comms. Wow! Double 4 again! With strength 8, I wounded 2. Both in. The plasma denies armor to the drone, so injury roll at 5+. First model eliminated from the game! Now we both have 2 models in objective range.
For now, my sniper fires at the vanguard closest to the objective with 2 shots at 3+ thanks to the comms. Both hit, strength 7, toughness 3, wounding at 2. Both wound.
With -1 penetration, I say with 5+. Haha! Okay, I rerolled the 2 with the command point. Yes! That's better. I got my luck back. With die 4 and 4, my arc rifle, I target Andrea's comms with railgun. I need to remove his gunners as soon as possible. Seeing it full view and short range, it's 2 shots at 3+. Oh, I really like those dice rolls. With strength 6 and toughness 3, I wound with 2. Just right.
With -1 penetration, I save with 6. I'm afraid the double 2 is not enough. I assign the wound to the drone.
Another double 2? These dice rolls are weird. Injury roll with 4+ dice. Second thrown out of order. 1 is missing.
What a wonderful start. Come on guys, a little commitment for the greater good. My second model to shoot is the comms on the ranger behind the tree. 2 shots in full view and a short range, I hit at 4+. Both. Strength 6, toughness 3, wounding with 2. Both wounds.
With -4 penetration, it denies me armor, so I rolled the vulnerable save at 6+. Yeah, that was too much.
Perfect. 2d3 damage. Obviously, 1 damage. Let's see if at least he dies with 4+. Not even this joy.
Oh, that was close. Bor OM-1R targets the railgun in front of him. 3 shots at 4+ because it's covered. All 3 in. Strength 3, toughness 3, wounding at 4. Nothing. It's okay, I guess.
My demolition specialist fires on the ranger in front of the bush. 2 shots at 6. Wow, 1 hit. Wounding with 2. Wounded!
With -4 penetration, I just have the invulnerability at 6. Come on, you can do it. Yes! The Emperor does protect! Calt MP3 also targets the railgun, hoping to clear the objective. 3 shots at 4+. 2 hits, same strength and toughness, so wounding with 4. 1 wound.
No penetration, so saving with 5. 1. I assign the wound to the Shidron, rolling a dice to see if I can ignore the wound with 5. 2. Please.
Injury roll at 5+. Ah, pity. Just a wound.
At least he's still alive. My leader fires on the scout, which he sees entirely but at long range, hitting with 5+. And once again, double 2.
Car OL-1 and 4 with the galvanic rifle targets the Tau next to objective 3. Andrea has positioned only 1 model to control the objective. If I manage to eliminate that Tau, I would deny him 1 victory point. Short range and cover means 2 shots at 4+. Both in! With strength 4, I hit him with 3+. Oh yes! The 6 for wounding is resolved with -1 penetration.
With 1 dice, save at 5. With the other, at 6 for -1. 1 goes through.
I do the injury roll. Being covered, he dies on a 5+. Light wound for him.
It's up to me to shoot. The Pathfinder behind the tree, which I'll call Mino for convenience, fires on the Mechanicus Scout. 2 hits at 5+, 1 hit. 3 to wound, just right.
0 penetration, so I save with 4+. Oh, I love those dice rolls.
I don't.
My comms, Muse 1 and 4 again targets the Tau next to objective 3. 2 shots at 4+. Double 1. Okay. Good job, Muse 1 and 4.
Lino, the Pathfinder with binoculars, also fires on the Mechanicus Scout. 2 shots at 5+. 1 hit. Strength 5, toughness 3, wounding with 3. Wounded.
No penetration, so saving with 4+. 5. I'll take it. OCT 4V14 sees the demolition specialist entirely and fires 2 shots with his galvanic rifle. I put it at 4+ because of the wound, but I use one command point for the tactic Gritted Teeth, which allows me to ignore the wound penalties, so I hit a 3+. I really need him down. Oh, here we back with the double 4. Strength 4, toughness 3, I need 3s to wound. Yes!
Without penetration, I save with 5+. One wound goes through. I assign it to the drone and roll to ignore the wound with 5+. Not even by mistake.
The drone already has a wound but is in cover, so this time I need a 4+ to take it out. Oh, come on! Kill this drone, guys!
Next Pathfinder to fire is my Reno, with 2 shots at 5+, always on the Mechanical Scout. 1 hits. I wound with 3. 1. Reroll with the command point. 3. Better.
Saving at 4+. No problem, guys. My ranger isn't happy to be targeted, so he returns fire, but targets the demolition specialist. 3 shots at 4+. All through, wounding with 4, 2 wounds.
No penetration, so I save with 5. And of course, 2 fails. Let's see if I can ignore them. Obviously.
Bring him down, legs 4. Oh boy, finally.
Your job here is done. Gino, the Pathfinder behind the column, fires on the Mechanicus leader. 2 shots at 6. What a shame, only 1. I hit with 3. Ah, never a joy.
And lastly, Clark K3, the leader, shoots the Tau sniper with his arc pistol. 1 shot at 4+. Yes! Strength 6, toughness 3, wounding at 2. Wounded!
-1 penetration, so I save with 5. Never mind.
Injury roll? And he's dead! No more drones around, huh?
I guess not. Next to shoot is Pino, the Pathfinder behind the tombstone. 2 shots at 6 on the leader, both misses. Last on the list is Nino, with his pulse carbine, fires at the Mechanicus leader. 2 shots at 6, 1 through. 3 to wound, wounded.
Saving at 4+? No, Clark K3!
Finally! Let's see if he dies with 5+. Not even close.
Oh, you scared me a lot. 2 Mechanicus are injured and have to take the nerd test, but having discipline 6 and 7 and no one else out of action, they pass the test automatically.
On the contrary, I already have 4 dead, so my only injured model, Pino, has to take the moral test. Having discipline 6, I have to do 2 or less to pass it. 1. Perfect! This turn was definitely bad for me. I have already lost all the drones and a gunner, while Simone has only a couple of injured. Not to mention that he is in control of the central objective, so I only scored 2 points this turn. Let's hope that next round I will be able to roll better dice, and if I can challenge the objective 1, I might recover the points gap.
The first turn went exactly as I hoped. The Shroud's Canticle made it harder for Andrea to hit my Mechanicus, and with my dice rolls, I managed to make all my models survive, and in addition I also eliminated 4 Tau. But the most important thing is that I have conquered the central objective, which together with the 2 objectives near my deployment zone, give me a total of 5 victory points, granting me the advantage. However, the game is still to be played. Second round. The Mechanical I chose this turn is Benediction of the Omnissiah, which allows me to reroll the hit rolls of 1 during the shooting phase.
We roll to see who has the initiative this round.
7.
7, okay, again.
Oh boy, what is that? It's the second time!
That's what you call luck. Mechanicus first.
In this round, I have the advantage of already being in the positions I need. I only have to move and cover the Mechanicus that were in the open field. My goal this round will be to keep possession of the central objective. If I succeed, I could also close the game here. It will not be easy for Andrea to contest the objective without exposing the Tau. Having almost all the models ready, Andrea will have to decide whether to move and try to challenge the objective, or keep his models ready and shoot alternately.
My movement phase. All models but 1 is ready, and Nino moves to contest the objective.
Andrea has chosen to keep the models ready too, so this round we will alternate the models shooting. If I could take out even 1 Tau within objective 1, it would greatly extend my lead. BL4CKY targets the ray rifle near the objective with his plasma. 2 shots not overcharged at 3+ thanks to the comms next to him. Both hit! With strength 7 I wounded 2. Sounds good! With -3 penetration I deny his armor and then I do the injury roll directly. With 5+, the model will leave us. 5! Wow! On the first try! The objective seems more and more mine.
My comms tries to take out 1 of the Mechanicus to contest the objective. 2 shots at 5+ on the vanguard closest to the marker. But obviously, I miss both shots.
Die 4 and 4 takes up the arc rifle and tries to clean out objective 1 from Tao's scum. 2 shots at 4+. 2 miss. It's okay.
Gino returns fire with 2 hits on the same target as before at 4+. Both hit. Strength 5 and toughness 3 means wound with 3. 1 wound.
No penetration, so armor save at 4+. Ouch. Let me reroll this. Oh yeah, that's better. Car OL1 and 4 targets again the Tau next to objective 3 with 2 shots at 4+. Never mind.
Pino fires on the same vanguard like the others did. 2 shots at 6, but misses both.
Muse 1 and 4 also fires on the Tau behind the tombstone. 2 shots at 4+. Oh yeah, that's nice. With strength 4, I wound with 3. Both!
The 6 to the wound rolls gives -1 to the weapon, therefore black die for saving throw at 6, white for 5+ save. Both miss.
Already having a wound, the model is eliminated on a 4+. Yes!
Well, Pino, at least you already have a tombstone. Next to shoot is Mino, always on the same vanguard. He has to die. 2 hits at 5+. 1 hit, 3 to wound. Wounded!
Saving at 4+ as usual. Well, that's not a 4.
Is it a wound? No, he's dead! Finally!
Well, you did your best, Bor OM1R. Having remained alone on the objective, Cult MP3 tries to take out his contender. 3 shots at 4+. Rerolling 1 for Decanical. Wow, this is a great shot! Same strength and toughness, so I wound with 4. 2 wounds! And the wound roll of 6 is resolved with 3 damage.
No penetration, so 5+ saving throw. Black dice for the 3 damage roll, white dice for the normal damage. 3 damage passes.
For 3 damage, I roll 3 dice for the injury and choose the higher result. And this out! Mine objective!
To avenge Nino, my leader fires on the vanguard holding objective 1. 2 shots at 5+. Double 6. Good! Now need 3 to wound. Both wound.
4+ to save. Yeah, that was hard.
Let's see if he can take him out. 4. Reroll with a common point. Oh, come on! Just a wound.
Running out of short-range targets, Clark K3 targets the Tau comms at 6+ due to wound, long range and cover. Predictable.
It's Lino's turn to shoot on the newly wounded vanguard. 2 hits on a 6. 1 hit. Wounding with 3. Never mind. Since Simone finished models with ready, it's my turn again. Reno shoots always on the same vanguard at 6. 1 through. 3 to wound. Yeah.
Once the raid is finished, it's time to shoot with the others. OCT for V14 fires on the last remaining ray rifle with 2 shots at 5+ due to the wound and cover. Double 2. Andrea has run out of models to shoot with, so I continue with mine. Le X4 also targets the comms with 3 shots at 5+. No one! Come on! AF ROD-1T3 is the last remaining model able to shoot, with 2 shots at 4+, always on the same target. You can do it, I trust you! 1 hit. I reroll a 1 thanks to Decanical. Another double 6! Strength 4, toughness 3, wounding with 3. Yes! 2 wounds, good job!
Without penetration, I save with 5+. Both fail. Whatever.
Injury roll at 5+ because it's obscured. No! So close! In the morale phase, I have 3 Mechanicus who have to do the nerf test, but having leadership 6 and 7 and at least 1 ally next to each injured model and only 1 out of action, they pass the test automatically.
Since more than half of my team is shaken, out of action or has flesh wounds, it may be broken. I had to roll 2d6 and I had to do less than the highest leadership characteristic, so in this case 7. Rolling 2d6, 6! My team keeps fighting. Now I have to see if the models with the flesh wounds are shaken. My comms is the only one injured, so 1d6. With 1, he is safe. 1! That's my boy! Well, what can I say? The game is not going so well. 2 out of 3 gunners are dead, and the last one has a wound. If for some strange reason the dice start favoring me and I manage to keep my remaining Tau alive, I could still win. With the end of this turn, I go to 3 victory points, as I only control objective 4 near my deployment zone.
This match is going oddly well. My Mechanicus are behaving exactly as I hoped. The central objective is still in my hands. A few minor injuries aside, I would say that my team is in a good shape. Thanks to objectives 1, 2 and 5, I earn another 5 points and go to 10 total victory points. Now I just have to keep the objectives and keep putting pressure on Andrea. Mechanical for this turn is Incantation of the Iron Soul, which allows me to reroll the failed nerf tests.
Now we roll to see who will start turn 3.
Oh wow, I guess this turn you go first.
You think?
Wait, what? What the heck is this game? In this round, the only way Andrea has to come back is to take the central objective, so to make things difficult for him, I just need to move as many models as possible within objective range. If he really wants it, he will have a hard time taking it. All the other models take the ready.
Okay, Simone put 4 models on the central objective, all uncovered. I can't challenge it because I don't have enough models, so I move 1 model onto objective 3 and 2 models in a position where they can entirely see the Mechanicus. If I manage to take out those models, I could break his army, and Simone might take 0 points for this turn, and thus turning the game in my favor. At the start of the shooting phase, I use the tactic Decisive Shot for 2 command points, which allows me to pick 1 model to shoot before all others. I choose my leader, who fires 2 shots at the arc rifle at 3+, thanks to the comm skill. Both hit. Strength 5, Toughness 3, Wounding with 3. Both wound,
Saving it for plus? Another double 4! Okay, let's try to take out the last remaining ray rifle. BL-40KY with his plasma caliber makes 2 hits at 3+ thanks to the +1 of the comms and the short range. Yes, I like it! With strength 7, I wounded 2. 2 wounds! With -3 penetration, I do the injury roll directly. Having a wound but being in cover, I need a 4+ to take him out. And that's not a 4. Reroll with a common point? Yes! With a celebration dance by BL-40KY, the Tau is out of action.
Yeah, my Lino fires at the leader. Covered and long range, I hit at 6+. 1. Wounding with 3+. Wounded!
No penetration, so I need a 4. I'm the king of the 4s! Lol.
No words.
Targets are starting to run out. Muse 1 and 4 targets me no. 2 hits on 4+. Well, the sum of the 2 is 4.
Next to shoot is Ri-No, with 2 shots at 6 on the leader. Missed both.
Let's focus on the models that control the objectives. Car OL1 and 4 aims the Tau next to the marker 3 with 2 hits at 4+. Yes, that's how you do it. Strength 4, Toughness 3, Wounding with 3. 1 wound!
Without penetration, I say with 5+.
What's that?
Definitely not a 5. Reroll with a common point, and again, fail.
Injury roll at 5+ because it's obscured?
No! My G, no! That graveyard is getting too crowded for my taste. I'd say we end the game here.
Well, I would say this match was pretty clean. I think the key point of the game was having controlled the central objective first. Despite Andrea's numerical superiority, the Mechanical I chose in the first round and the armor at 4+ allowed the Mechanicus to survive long enough to be able to take the objective. From then on, it was all downhill. I'm really satisfied with my Mechanicus. The temple is yours, guys, go and get it. Who knows what technologies they will find.
Strange you didn't mention the death roll you did. This match was really unlucky for me. Also, the starting area wasn't the best, but if Simone had missed a few more saving throws, he wouldn't have had an easy life against my Pathfinders. Know that Gino will come back to haunt you.
Before finishing, we wanted to thank you so much for the support you are showing us. With just one video, we have more than doubled our subscribers. There are no words to tell you how much we appreciate your help. We want to let you know that we are working to speed up the publication of the videos.
If you have any questions, advice or curiosities, write us in the comments and we will reply as soon as possible. There is nothing more beautiful than an active community. But we're not done yet. Here are the participants to our shoutout of this video. Pocket Nova Paints, Amazing Blood Dangerous Dreadnought. You have created some beautiful shades giving the model a great look. Clean work.
Painting Arlequin, a really interesting Drukhari Succubus. I really like the work you have done on the base and the blade is well made. It's a job commissioned to you, I would be delighted with the result.
Fabrications of the Artisan. The contrast between the grey of the armor and the ornaments is beautiful. The detail of the moth stained fabric makes this Black Templar even more interesting.
King Firebird 321, a dreadnought belonging to the Black Eagles, a successor chapter of the Blood Angels. I really like the effect you created on the blade and the colors chosen for your personal chapter.
Frost Phoenix Studios is back with sci-fi miniatures of a game called Sedition Wars. You did a really good job and I like the Doom reference. Frost has started his own channel with the same name, in case you're interested.
Alex Paints WH, in his second participation, he presents a wonderful miniature of Nagash. I love Nagash model and you really did honor him, good job! Alex has his own YouTube channel called Hard War Game, if you're interested.
And with this we conclude. In case you too want to participate in the shoutout of the next video, leave a comment including your Instagram name under this video and post your image on Instagram by tagging us and using the hashtag TWShoutout. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel.
That's it, guys!
See you next video!